Welcome back. I am joined now by Desiree, who just earlier shared her story with everyone here in this lecture hall, and it wasn't a powerful story. I mean, you started when you were 3 years old, you had a concussion, and then that sort of became the catalyst for all these other moments until you were finally diagnosed with epilepsy. What was that like?
It was, I guess at the time when I was diagnosed, I didn't really know what epilepsy was. Kind of like most people, you know, they don't know what epilepsy was. So I just lived my life as anyone else would. And yeah, I worked hard at school, was volunteering and working hard at just other pieces of my life. And but eventually, you know, when I became a teenager, I wasn't able to get my license, and I was still having some seizures, and then the effects from the medication just made me extremely tired. So I had to have 10 to 12 hours of sleep. So it was small pieces that a person, I guess, takes advantage of in your life, and that really did affect me. So.
And one thing that I found really powerful is that you said that a lot of people didn't even know you were having seizures because the type that you were having weren't necessarily noticeable.
Yeah, no, because they were petite mal. They were seizures which, nobody really knew, because the only people that would really know if I was having a seizure were my parents. So I would just kind of, the worst part is that if I was having a conversation with you and I had a seizure right now, I would just mumble with speaking. So I was, it could have been way worse. So I was lucky in that part for sure.
Now, we spoke earlier with a doctor who helped you through the surgery process. Let's talk about what it's like now, a year later, after you had surgery, and how you're feeling now.
I'm feeling, absolutely great. It's wonderful to have the surgery and to get that done, because it's definitely not an easy process after the surgery, because you have to retain and learn and improve so many pieces of your life. But it's really, really worth it. I have more energy than I did before, and I'm just able to memorize information, just so many different little pieces that I now have, and I don't have any seizures, so that's the main thing. I feel blessed for sure.
Of course, and there goes Pop the Balloon. It really is a celebration here today, though, even though we are dealing with something that is kind of, it's a hard thing to hear. I mean, it was really powerful hearing those stories today. Is there anything else you want to share with viewers just about epilepsy, or about perhaps, you know, knowing people who have epilepsy?
Well, for those who do have epilepsy, know that there are others who do have epilepsy, so there's always others who you can turn to talk to them. And for those who don't know about epilepsy, it's very important to know about epilepsy and to learn instead of simply assuming, because there are all sorts of seizures. There aren't just one kind. So if you learn, then more and more people will know.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us, Desiree. We certainly appreciate your time now, and of course sharing your story. We will have more coming up on Go Saskatoon, including right now a look at today's Go Culture.